Hey y'all, Dana with Sullivan. And as you can see, I am safely out of the way sitting on the front porch while Mr. Sullivan is building a flower box. I'm very loosely supervising, and we're building this box to put some pretty flowers in. We've got some irises and lilies scattered around the property, and some of them are kind of special to us. And hey, Miss Bandana, how are you? And in the flower bed already, we have two peony bushes that are starting to come up that we got from Matthew's mama and stepdaddy. And so we want to close them in and protect them because otherwise, they may accidentally get mowed over. He's not going to look up to that. But we've got some irises that came from my mama's house, and got some lilies that are kind of special too. So we're wanting to make, I guess you could call it a sort of a memorial garden up here in the front of the property, and give us something pretty to look at. I mean, our yard is pretty. We've got a nice view, but it'd be nice to have these all in one safe place instead of scattered around the property where we have to worry about mowing around them. So we're doing kind of a DIY video today, I think. And Mr. Sullivan's super impressed about doing it in the middle of the afternoon. But he looks so good doing it, though, don't he? He looks so handsome standing there. Mr. Sullivan, you want to say hello? He say no. No, he don't want to say hello. He's busy. He's been doing the last few videos. I'm so proud of him. He hadn't done many videos before that at all, and then he just took to doing it with the bug, so that was really cool. We're kind of at a pause right now with the bug because he's got it running good, but now we're waiting on a lot of cosmetic type stuff. If we're going to be restoring it, then we've got quite a bit of cosmetic stuff to do. So upholstery being redone, and paint job and things like that at some point in the future. So, but he seems to be enjoying it, which is nice. So anyway, he's doing the project, and I know it's been a really long time since we've done any kind of a live chat session, so I thought that we'd come on and do a live chat with you, and I can talk and y'all can watch him do the flower bed. So let me see if I can get it to I can now that it's already live. No, that's okay. Bandana says our son Jeremy is rebuilding a bug for the second time. Once when he was a teenager, and now with his two teenage kids. Really cool. I'm hoping he'll let me share his stills as a video. That is really cool. That's very cool. I hope that that we'll be able to get this bug restored to a really nice state. I think he'd like to ride it around in the parades or something. You know how these small town folks are. They put anything in a parade. So how you been, Miss Bandana? You doing good? You staying home and staying safe? We're pretty well doing our part. We ventured into town to Lowe's today, picked up supplies, but we don't go in for very long. We don't touch much, and Hannah doesn't go in with us. She stays behind. So, and this is the first time we've gone out in a while, and typically we don't go into town at all. Matthew still has to work in town, so he goes in and works, and then if we need groceries, he'll go in and grab what we need and bring it home. But the governor's lifted a lot of the restrictions, but we're not following lawsuit with that just yet. We're waiting to see how everything goes. Doesn't hurt to err on the side of caution just to be safe, and we'll see how it is. And I'll be happy for everything to go back to the proverbial normal before long. But Bandana says she thinks you and Jeremy would like to see each other's work on their beetles. He didn't hear me. You're doing good. Instacart is delivering Aldi's to us. That's awesome. We don't have, we've got Aldi's out here, but we're out in the middle of nothing, so there's not too much that delivers, or if they do, they want to charge, $20 or $30 to deliver something. So we're just as well going into town and doing it ourselves. You've been home for 7 weeks, except one day last week when you rebelled and went for a drive, picked up curb food at a restaurant. Hey, we did that a couple weeks ago, went out for a little country drive, and, we stayed on old back roads and didn't touch town at all, and drove around until I had to pee. Then came home, and we've done curbside. So our local Perkins is family owned here, and so we're friends with the owner and try to support him now and then. So we'll order takeout, and they do a really good curbside pickup for us, so we can drive up and they bring it right to the door, which is nice. So Miss Bandana thinks that you and her son Jeremy would like to see each other's bug progress. He says, yeah. He's really gotten into it. He's been watching a lot of videos and asking folks a lot of stuff, and it's really incredible to me because, he does all of the maintenance and repairs on our vehicles. But a German-made Volkswagen Bug is a lot different than a Ford or a Chevy. And I say that like I know. I mean, I don't really know. But a lot of the stuff, he didn't know necessarily what this thing or that thing, how to fix it. But he goes online and he messages people and asks, and he can just fix dang near anything. So he's pretty incredible. He's good to have around anyway. That right? Except for that? Well, it is bloody hot. We really shouldn't be doing it right now, I expect. But, if we don't, we'll have other things to get done. And then by evening time, it'll be time to do the chores again. So it's crazy how that happens, isn't it? So, well, we have hit over 8,000 subscribers. And I check in on it now and then, but since I hadn't been on here much, I've been busy doing my paper crafting channel and my paper crafting business, so I've not been on here very much. But Matthew started doing the bug videos, and we got a bit of an increase of followers on that, so that was really cool. And thanks tons. We appreciate that, Bandana. And Miss Bandana says congratulations on 8,000 subs. He's bubbling. That's a thank you. But anyway, we've got a few projects that are in the works, and I expect we'll be getting them on video. And I'm putting together a new video series. So that'll be on me, and it's just a matter of getting them recorded. But I think I'm going to do a week-long or 2-week-long series on sourdough. And, of course, it's nothing like Miss Patty Alderman. She's the queen of sourdough. But I'd like to take folks on a quick little start to intermediate or how to begin sourdough and take care of it sort of thing. And then I'm going to do some recipe videos along the way too. So some recipes that I've put together, some that I've found and tweaked and made better, I think. And then I know our bread video is done really well, and folks seem to really like that. And so I've been meaning to, for a while now, do an entire series on bread making alone. and I've just got to get around to getting that done. So I've been using this quarantine time to get more established with my business stuff, but I really need to negotiate my time a little between the two ventures. So at this point, it's just a matter of getting that good balance going on. Hannah's been homeschooling for last several weeks, so she's been busy with that. And she's decided to repaint her bedroom. So, um, Bandana, the yarn shop is closed. Yes, they're reopening businesses. Things should be opening up starting Monday. Restaurants opened up the other day. Thursday or Friday? I think Thursday. And they're able to function at partial capacity. You know, they've got to maintain the 6 foot business. And I don't go into town to know how folks are responding to it, but the mayor of the town next to ours had issued an addendum, I guess, to the governor's order saying that he wanted everybody to wear masks in town, so he was mandating that people do that and recommending that people wear gloves, which if you're doing any kind of browsing Facebook, you know, there's a huge controversy back and forth about gloves or no gloves. And so I think he got quite a bit of kickback on that, but he's pretty firm about the mask thing. So I think that one will probably stick, but I'm not sure that the gloves will. And I think starting Monday, some of our other not quite so essential businesses can start opening back up again with a lower head count of capacity. So, at least as far as I know, anyway. But I don't work at the yarn shop anymore, Miss Bandana. I was just there for a while to help my friend get her business started, and her sister moved up here from Florida, and so she helps her run the business now, and she didn't need me to help her anymore, so I was able to come back home and focus on my own business. So that was nice, and it's doing okay. I mean, as a business goes, it's doing all right. Not right now, of course, it's closed, but I think she's in the process of moving it out to her farm too. She's got a really nice little building that she put in. I am still spinning, yes. What, dear? What? Don't do that. Said he stabbed himself. What was I saying? Oh, she's got a really nice building that she had built on her property a couple of years ago. And so she may actually be moving the yarn shop over to her property. And if she does that, that'll be great for her because she won't really have much overhead. So she already owns the property, the building is built and paid for. So just the utilities of running the business is all she'd have to worry about. So that'll be nice. Are we having fun yet, darling? He's not having fun yet. I don't understand. He's almost done though. We're not doing it too high, just high enough that we can keep everything out and keep things in and not run over it with the mower. So we'll still have to put the fabric down and all that. We're going to try to get it taken care of real nice so that it won't be hard to keep weeded out. So it'll be easier. So I think he's good. Look at that. Like a glove. Oh, Bandana said when she saw building a flower box, she thought we were doing a window box. So this is much more than that. Yeah, we're doing we're doing a bit more than that. Yes, I am still spinning. Kind of here and there, a little bit less, quite a bit less than I was before. I've really dove in with my paper crafting business. Um, it's doing well, and it's really turning into a nice business for me, and I just love it. I mean, I love paper crafting. I mean, I love spinning too, but spinning I can do in the evening when we're having downtime or whatever. But the paper crafting I really enjoy, and when we're not under quarantine, it's nice to get together with some folks now and then, and make cards and scrapbook pages and stuff like that. So I've really been having a good time with that. And since all this stuff has started, I've started doing online classes and card kits to go and things like that. So I'm doing a little bit of, I guess you'd call it mail order type stuff. And what's that? All right. Well done. 3. Awesome. That's not quite enough to do that little corner bed at the front end, though, is it? Probably not. But anyway. All right. Well, I reckon I'm going to come down here, and maybe Mr. Sullivan will tell us what he's done and used. He's putting his stuff away, and I'll walk us around here just a minute. I've been kind of hiding out in the shade because the sun and me don't get along too well. So, all right, I'll just do this. I got to tell you this little story, though. Bandana, you'll get a kick out of this. Okay, so my rose bush and my other rose bush, and then a hot mess. Obviously, I gotta get that taken care of. 76 in Maryland. I'm not sure what it is here, but I'd say it's probably at least that here. So just before the real good frost, Matthew and I were out here cleaning this up, and he built this little rail, the garden frame for the flower bed, and he really likes the railroad ties, and so he put those in, and this rose bush was huge and out of control. I hadn't clipped it back the last couple of years. I would just kind of trim up around the outside edges of it when it hung over the sidewalk or whatever, but I really kind of let it get carried away. And so we were putting this trim in the flower bed and the mulch and stuff, and so I started cleaning it up, cutting it back, and I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and cut it back like it's supposed to be cut back. And so I started cutting it. Well, the branches on that bugger some of them were huge like that. And so I thought, well, the easiest way to do this is going to be to have Matthew come out here with the chainsaw and just cut it straight across, right? Zip, done. Yeah? Except for the fact that when he heard zip, he thought I meant take that sucker all the way to the ground. And so he mowed it down right along the ground. That one and that one both. That one was way bigger than that when we cut them down, and that one was 4 times that size. It was huge. And so he came upstairs, and he's proud of himself. He's got it done. Did what I asked, because I asked him to do it, and it looked great, and he was done, and it was fabulous. And then Donovan made a comment about it being taken down to the ground. I can't remember exactly what the comment was, but I thought they were kidding about it. And he said, no, you told me to cut it down. And I said, no, I no. So we had a great discussion about that. Well, then I came outside and looked, and sure enough, he had taken it all the way down to the ground. I thought, oh no, just before the big frosts have come through, it has absolutely killed that rose bush. But lucky for him, it's doing well. It's even getting some blooms on it already, which is fabulous. And they look nice, and the rose bush looks nice. So Bandana says, sounds like her poor fig tree that got hacked near to death. Whoops, where's it at? Got hacked near to death 3 times. Unnamed someone, never could remember, it wasn't a weed. I moved it to the other side of the house and it's coming back. That's good. I don't have very good luck with fig. I planted a fig and it died. It died. I don't want to say I don't have very good luck. I only tried it once, but it's dead. It's gone. But one thing I do have, we've done it twice. That's right. When we first moved in, we got one, and that was awful. But that was my fault. I forgot about it and didn't water it. So this one, when we redid the flower bed here, he put some really thick garden fabric down. And so the plants that we did have in here are probably struggling to come out from under it, like those lilies that are over on the wall. So we'll have to deal with those later. But the lemon balm and the stevia, they were cut around and they are doing very well, and I'm super excited about them. And then I'm just going to come around this way. We'll do a little garden tour. So those lilies right there, or irises, not lilies. Those irises are absolutely gorgeous. They are great big, huge, bright yellow flowers. And I never get to see them until it's too late because they're over here at the side of the house. But we're going to move those to the front. And then the comfrey that I got from Old Alabama Gardener, it's doing really well, getting flowers on it and everything, and doing a fine job. There was some kind of a tree here once upon a time before we moved here. And when they dug the stump out, it left a hole. So we thought, shoot, we'll just put the comfrey in there. That keeps it from getting mowed over, and it keeps us from stepping in the hole. So I know you said something just a second ago. Let me see if I can. There it is. Mine's about 5 years old, but never fruited because that certain someone likes to use a machete on that big ugly weed. I understand. Our little tree, we call tree. Hey, Miss Sherry. You can see that there's some branches on it that are dead. We had, I don't know if I really want to call it a late frost because this winter had been so weird anyway. But we had a late frost and we ended up losing one of our little apple trees and a cottonwood tree. Seems like maybe there was something else too. And then some of the branches on this we'll have to cut off or trim back because they died off. But fortunately it didn't kill the whole tree. So, but this is the tree that we planted in memory of my pap. So I'm glad to see that it didn't kill it. But anywho's, Miss Sherry, how are you doing, darling? I'm literally just walking us around gabbing right now. We started out talking about the flower bed Matthew was building in the front yard. So my little garden. Oh, I got to get those climbing up the fence, but I've got some peas growing here, some snap peas for Hannah, and then some cucumbers, which need some water badly. So, how are you doing, darling? It's been a long time. I'm ready for all this COVID business to go away so we can have a get together. Miss Bandana, you folks want to come down? Hang out in the woods? It has been way too long. Yeah, we're hanging in there too, but we are ready to be able to do what we want. My irises that need thinned out. Anybody want a pretty purple iris? Oh, goodness. Lancelot, my car. Miss Sherry, you love irises too? I do too. That's mostly what's going in this flower bed. So I'll show you. This is what we're You come down, darling, and I'll give you some of them. You can have some. All right, there we go. That's what we're building. Building. Now it just needs the paper rolled out. So, say hello, Matthew. We trade places here. Thank you, Bandana. It is nice. We really enjoy it. She's doing good, Miss Sherry. Right now, she's painting her bedroom because she wanted something different. So she's inside painting while we're out here slaving away in the heat. So this flower bed he just put in, we got those 2 peony bushes from his mama and stepdaddy, and we're going to use this kind of like a memorial garden. I've got some of my mama's irises, and we've got a couple of lilies that are kind of special to us, and so we're going to put them all in here, and that way they can be prolific on their own and not risk getting mowed over. So, and then I just got this lily today when we picked up the timbers that I think is really, really pretty. Whoops. I think it's beautiful, so it's going to go in there too. I think it's an assortment of lilies, not just that one. I think there's maybe two different colors. So, all right, Bandana, you have a wonderful day. We'll see you later. I'm going to say goodbye to here directly. Matthew, you want to say hi there?
Hi.
He's hot and ready to take a break. He was out in that sun working. All right, folks. Well, thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.